heads, and now they want to take the head of the finalists, special cases. Lito is a strong pickup for the side of special cases, where he will be now representing. We saw him before under different cars, under the cars of some other team. But now, here in the finals, he will be representing special cases. And now, with a funny ban, answered with Lucas. Lucas ban answered with Fanny. Well, what do you expect from those teams? Do you have any idea how they will approach the draft?
Well, it looks like each team is kind of filling each other out, right? The Lucas ban, typical. Got the Kacha ban, pretty typical. Fanny as well. So I'm seeing typical bans. I'm not seeing anything that is, throwing like a yellow flag at us to be like, oh, that's weird, Now, the Matilda ban coming off of from special cases kind of looks like it's, targeted at Miracle Gen. They watched some of the previous matches. They seen the Matilda just was crazy. I do also think that maybe a Selena ban or pick might come up here, Warren. But I don't know. What's your take on that?
Selena could be definitely interesting, but I believe maybe for the red team or maybe for the blue after their first pickup, because right now there is hovering very strong contestant for the first pick, and that's someone who is the daughter of Bedang. So who is reading lore knows the answer, but I will cut it short for everyone else. Kalia, of course, could be a strong contestant.
Yeah, Moskov getting banned. I think a decent ban from the side of Miracle Gen. I think they're trying to set something up, right? They're banning the Moskov. There's nothing really poking out at me just yet, but I do think that they're setting something up with that Moskov ban into their gold lane, right? So seeing how special cases responds to this is going to be interesting, because they're kind of waiting out this last ban, kind of feeling the water. Sometimes as teams are waiting, is because sometimes the players are just kind of just doing their own thing. Sometimes it's not even them making a plan, but most of the time it should be. So we'll see what the last ban is, and they ban a Kali.
Kalia is off the board, so no strong contest for the blue side, but now they have to rethink it. I am honestly not sure what they should go for. Harit is still open, but so is Granger, so you can still leave those both open and should go for something else entirely. And maybe Zuxin would be the right pickup. Strong mid laner always as priority. Something to maybe go for.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to see here. As the first pick is coming out, right? They could first pick the Selena. They could, the Bedang was kind of a crazy pick as well. There's quite a few open, but they gotta know the Kimmy. I didn't even think about the Kimmy. She kind of slipped through the cracks there. That's a huge pick here for Miracle Gen.
And of course you can still flex her. You can either put her mid or you put her ADC. But answer is this red side Phoebus, and you have to I don't know if you recall, but Phoebus on the red side, I think that's a signature draft of today. I think we saw it so many times. I believe from the 7 or 8 games that we have saw already being drafted, I believe that Phoebus was picked up in almost half of them at least, because Phoebus is so often on the board. But answer against this Phoebus with Hayabusa will be probably the so before mentioned Zuxin, and we've locked in Bedang.
Yeah, the Bedang locked in again. We've seen them pull off the Bedang pretty well, and then the Selena picked up by Victor again. Oh, dude. This is going to be wild for Miracle Gen, right? Like, does special cases have a special case or a special hero in their pocket that can counter Victor, right? I feel like that's the biggest thing that Miracle Gen has, is that their mid lane control, their synergy in the trio mid lane is just monstered, right? Like, you're going to have the speed of a Bedang and you're going to have the speed of a Selena. That's if even the Bedang goes roam or not. Now we are seeing special cases ban out that Ling, which we, again, now they're targeting the Zadell. They know Zadell is insane at the Ling. They took the Hayabusa, so that's 2 prio picks that Zadell would have utilized. And now he has to come up with something else. Warren, do you have any suggestions that they might want to pick up as a jungle on the side of Miracle Jin?
Miracle Generation have, of course, the option for Suyo. Suyo has been shown to be pretty decent pick against Hayabusa. He can dodge out some of his damage in his with his dagger throw. Also, he is one of the heroes that has quite a lot of success getting onto Horit. But of course, Joy is still on the board. Well, if you get the Joy, though, you have so much magical damage, so that's something to think about. Of course, you can still fix it by locking in Granger or some other AD-based carry.
It's true. It's true. I mean, last ban's coming out. Probably going to ban another jungle. If I wouldn't, what you were saying, I think the Joy might get banned out right here, but they don't. They go with the Hanzo. What an interesting ban. I haven't seen Zadell play too much, but it kind of seems like the Hanzo was definitely personally targeted at him. Maybe that's his like 3rd best hero. That's a wild ban. Again, from the side of Miracle Jin, they banned out the Lo Yi, which is also pretty crazy. You don't want to see that as well. They look like they're going to go for more of a team fight, heavy frontal comp. So again, maybe they do go with the Joy.
I mean, do you like the Hanzo ban? I'm not really sure what to think about it. We saw Hanzo being picked up in the competitive scene right here under Search Europe. I'm not sure which qualifier it was, but it was at minimum 2 times, so it's something that I saw. But to ban him out, of course, he can work pretty well by going on to Horit. After Hanzo's rework, he finds quite a lot of success, mostly in ranked environment, not really so much in the competitive scene. But it looks like it's something that special cases know about and are worried about, so he will be going into the ban. But ooh, Fredrin, that's something I would like to see, because who else to catch those mobile carries like Hayabusa and Horit if not Fredrin?
Yeah, and I was actually thinking maybe the Suyu comes in, and it does look like they're kind of hovering over that. I haven't seen a Paquito come out in a long time, but maybe, yep, so the Suyu actually gets picked up here again. And Hilda! So Miracle Jin settling into pretty much their comfort zone here. I think we've seen this as Zac lineup go against the Rift, and now it's going against special cases, which is, this is going to be a huge match, right? Do they opt to go for the Zhu Jin though? Is the big question here. It'd be good to get to counter that their team fight capabilities, and they do. So which side do you like, Warren?
I mean, I'm a little bit worried for the side of special cases, because every bush you face check, there could be Victor waiting with traps all over the place trying to one-shot you. So this will be a pretty thrilling game for the side of special cases, because they always need to keep in mind to be face checking with their tanks, with the ones that can survive this crazy damage output that Victor can dish out.
Exactly. And I think the biggest thing that we're going to be seeing here is that what is their mid control going to be like, right? They have the Yuzin, so again, but it's going against the Selena. Like that's going to be a monster. And we already seen Victor go crazy. So again, this is the grand finals. So it could be either side. I mean, both these teams have crawled their way up here, and they're fighting for that #1 spot.
They are fighting for it indeed, and anyone could be taking it. Special cases, stronger now with Lito right here at the doorsteps of finals. Already in the doors, basically. And Miracle Generation already starting something up with Juve. Juve getting caught up and might be in trouble. Now he's trying to flicker out. He will live for now.
Miracle Gen aggression in the early, but not able to succeed too much at it. Special cases putting on that pressure on the Miracle Gen. We're still kind of looking at a little bit of the items. We're seeing the Selena still hasn't picked up any boots. They're going for straight mana regen at this point, which I think could be a little bit of crazy here. Victor in a little bit of trouble as the Cho is dancing around. Boro, though. Yo, what? That's crazy. They just left him alive with like 2 HP.
Boro not even flickering out. He has some iron nerves to not flicker out from this one. Oof, crazy showing of mental fortitude. But Juve will look like to be heading back to the base. And Victor plays the Selena in the mid lane, so of course no priority for him, and Special Cases can use this mid lane priority to their advantage. As you see, Boro is already rotating in the bottom side, and it looks like he wants to play something against Zeus, but Zeus was nowhere to be seen, so Boro now back in middle.
Yeah, and I mean, we can kind of see that both teams are kind of just keeping each other at bay. We got 9 seconds till the next turtle, which I believe is going to be a big fight. Abyssal Arrow does connect, but again, the regen is popped, so they're able to stay here. Looks like you is looking for a bit of a play here. We have a Wave of Dragon put into the wrong direction. The Shadow Strikes are coming out. First blood by Noel onto Zadell. And they keep going here as the Way of the Dragon wasn't utilized, but Zeus falls as well as Victor. Yo, I mean, that was crazy. 3 for Special Cases. Miracle Jin looking a little bit rough here, Warren.
Special Cases are showing them the same treatment that Miracle Generation was able to successfully show their opponents. And right now, it looks so much better for the side of Special Cases. And of course, we have to remember that Hayabusa and Harit are super strong going into the late game. So if you are 3-0 right now, what can happen in next 5 minutes?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, what we're really seeing is Lito, again, showing out how he was showing out in the previous games we watched with Special Cases, right? He's able to rotate, get in there, and get some stuff done. Victor in a little bit of a trouble situation. The wall comes out. Boro now, Way of the Dragon connects, but he goes too deep. Zadell able to secure the kill onto Boro. And Noel trying to get out of there. Again, one kill on the side of Miracle Gen. That was what they needed, right? They were able to shut down Boro, keep him at bay, but again, Warren, that was only the tank for Special Cases.
It was only the tank, and now at least 1 kill coming your way, but of course, if you shut down Boro and put him off the map, it doesn't matter so much. Enzo Kite, with this powerful, strong pickup for himself, now will be dishing out even more damage. Now will be even
the top
preparing better
lane.
dives.
Yeah, the Way the Dragon connects again. The Furia goes down. Abyssal Arrow does connect though, and they're able to secure a kill on to Enzo Kite there. A 1-for-1 trade, a mid lane for a gold lane, Warren. Do you think that's good?
That was a decent trade, even though that your opponent set it up. You were able to take 1 kill away from them, and that's great stuff happening for Miracle Generation. Every moment they can slow their opponents down is good for them, but you have to keep in mind that Miracle Generation really have composition that spikes in the mid game. Their late game is not the best.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that we are seeing here is Boro able to secure a lot of those Way of the Dragons and when he does that, he does sacrifice his life, but looks like the Badang's in a little bit of an issue here. The turtle zonage does happen. The top lane, though, Aerith is going to fall. Tis not able to survive as Adele able to secure that kill.
This has been deleted from the map, and now Zuxin in a play, flickering in for Victor. Victor still alive.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of a kill here. Lito able to secure another one, but Zadell once again coming online, able to secure the kill onto Enzo Kite. Kimmy kind of coming into the background. Lito is just going off at this point. You cannot stop him. Boro looking for something. Noel is definitely going to get in there and secure a kill, if I would have to say so. Zeus says no, though. Coming in, low HP on Boro. Zeus now in the thick of it here. Shadow Strike does come out. Zeus shielding up really well. Lido now being left alone. But again, Miracle Jin backs off and doesn't show too much tenacity there.
We need to remind everyone that this is 401 Phoebus. 401 Phoebus who can do anything he wants to right at this moment. The 2000 gold lead is probably just sitting in his pocket and it's being utilized for himself. If I first item pick up and move in towards the second.
Bissell arrow does go off to Kite there, but it goes wide. You see Kite trying to control a little bit of the mid lane here. Again, 22 seconds to the next turtle. I believe something's probably going to break out if I had to guess. Nefaria is having a little bit of an issue here with this Kimmy. It just has not come online just yet. Boro smelling and on the hunt with Lito. They're going to collapse down under this tower instead of going for the turtle, I believe. Conceal play.
Juve needs to face those pushes. Not hitting, but Nefaria is now in trouble.
No, Nefaria gets put against a wall. Tis able to secure the kill there. And I think they're going to be able to take this tower and the turtle. Again, special cases coming online. Once again, showing Miracle Jin that they have come to fight, but don't count them out yet. Miracle Jin able to take quite a few towers into the top lane. So a great trade for Miracle Jin there, Warren. Shadow Strike comes down on a Victor, though, secures the kill. Victor not showing off as much as they have been in past games, and they are still going hard here. Hilda trying to come into a little bit of the back line. This in there as well. Zeus in the thick of it, but able to stick it out there.
Noel with crazy execution. And this is what can Hayabusa do into a composition where you have only two tanks and not really heroes that can per se stop Hayabusa from doing his thing, because of course you have Hilda, but Hilda is more in the slow department. She doesn't really complement any heavy CCs, and now there's a fight happening on the top side, looks like.
Yeah, a little bit of an engage here under the blue buff. Zeus still trying to control it here. Zadel able to get in there, but Lito causing quite a bit of stir, forced that retry out, but into the top lane. I think they almost were able to secure a kill onto Euphoria, but nothing. Oh, yo, Boro trying to get in there. I think he's going to get away with the dragon. Lito coming in. Not much happening though. It's just a back and forth of smacking and no one really getting anything.
And some more smacking looks to be coming Boro's way, but at the last second he was able to jump out.
Yeah, again, both sides. Miracle Jin still trying to hold their stride here. And it's not a crazy gold lead, right, Warren? It's anybody's game. First Lord coming up, right?
It's definitely anybody's game. First Lord can be signaling though who is in the lead, at least at this moment. But Noel is definitely not being the one in the lead, in the charge of this situation, because he got destroyed.
Yo, that is not what you wanted to see from the side of special cases, right? Now the Lord can definitely go into the hand of Miracle Jin, and that's what they need. Where the dragon connects down on there, but Zadel says no, shuts down Boro, as Kite is able to shut down Zadel, though. Lido coming in, taking out Nefaria. Kite still alive with 1 HP, and Tis on the hunt here. I'm not sure Miracle Jin was able to secure the Lord. This is the breathing room that they needed, Warren.
And it looks like they will be having it, at least for a little bit. They need to scale up. They need to get back into the game. Because even though I was speaking about how their late game is not really there, at least you have Kimi. And Kimi can carry those late game fights if you set her up correctly, if that Selena can one-shot someone. But right now Selena is 1-3, and it doesn't look like in the close time to this moment Victor will be one-shotting anyone.
Yeah, and again, I think what really set the moment there for Miracle Jin, right? Is that they were able to secure the kill onto Noel around the Lord, right? And Special Cases really has to keep keep a swivel on their head, right? They just can't go crazy like that. You lose your jungle around the Lord point, that's on you, and Miracle Jin took advantage of that.
They definitely did, and Miracle Generation look like to be back in the game. Now the goal difference is only 4,000, and this in the 11-minute mark doesn't really mean that much.
Conceal play.
Arrow.
Yeah, conceal play comes in. Special Cases wants to bring it to a fight here. Miracle Jin in a little bit of a trouble here, but Dang does fall. Abyssal arrows go. Miracle Jin, Special Cases able to secure a pick there. Again, Lord not till 74 seconds, so they're going to try to utilize this time to take a tower. I think they're going to engage once again when the minions clash down here. Lido trying to flank from the right. Zeus, Boro going at it again. Just a great clash right there to take a tower. Special Cases, Warren, is just showing the tenacity to be able to focus on objectives.
Special Cases, just as we were speaking about how Miracle Generation is coming back into the game, that they are now equalized, that now it's playable for them. Special Cases then show us a great fight, great initiation, and now we are back to square one. Special Cases with a 6,000 gold lead, going towards the second Lord of this game. We will be spawning in 25 seconds.
Ooh. You really got to watch out for Boro on this, right? Like, again, in the very early stages, that Way of the Dragon was just a monster. They're looking for another pick, 13 seconds to the next Lord. And this is what I was saying. Noel died last time in the very beginning, and he's decent right now. He's doing a really good split play. Special Cases controlling quite a bit of the map, forcing the EXP of Miracle Jin to rotate. And that is what they want from this case scenario, right? They see the Hilda, they engage on the Lord, and now they're gonna bait it, and we're already seeing Kite control the Lord pit very well. Missile arrows are going in. You do see Miracle Jin. They want something here. They're trying, but they are being constantly forced back, and a little bit of a fight comes out after the Lord falls. Winter Trenchion coming out there. We do see Bedang low. Lito diving deep and thick into the side of Miracle Jin. A little Boro on the flank. He's able to get the Way of the Dragon onto Zadel. Secures the kill, but Nefaria is able to take out Boro. A good 1-for-1 trade here.
Absolutely gorgeous 1-for-1 from Boro. He was able to snivel his way into the side of the opponents and kick through that flicker. Did great work against Zedel. Zedel is now off the board, and now they are pushing with this Lord. But unfortunately, the top tower isn't in sync, the top wave isn't in sync, and now we have to play the fight out in the mid lane.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like I don't know if they're going to want to full assault this, because we're already seeing Lito having to go back, but I think they're going to be a little bit happy as Noel is diving in and still poking Miracle Jin. They are still showing what they have here. Noel kind of taking a little bit of damage. I think what they're trying to get here is just as much as, and they just want to take all the inhibitors down here, Warren.
It looked like, but they will be not able to do that just now. 100 seconds for the next Lord. And in the meantime, anything can happen. For example, a catch on Zeus.
Yeah, Boro trying to get the Way of the Dragon off onto Zeus. A little bit of a thick guy. Kite able to secure the kill. Shadow Strike comes out. Immortality popped here by Yufei. Again, he's able to fall as well. 2 picks onto Miracle Jin. Special Cases looking to end it all at this point. Kimmy in a little bit of a stick in a hard spot, pressed against the wall. The pressure still on. Special Cases able to take out Zadel. The inhibitor is next on the chopping block, but they don't just want that. They want a couple kills. Does Miracle Jin hold out? They're holding it. Yeah. Kite falls. Kimmy's going crazy. Do we see a team wipe? Lido, the last stand for Special Cases. Triple kill by Victor with a wipeout to stay alive. Miracle Jin getting a little bit of breathing room here, Warren.
Oh my god, this fight was something to look onto. Miracle Generation clutching it and truly doing a miracle by defending their base. It was so tricky because there was a minion close by and now they are trying to push some gold for themselves. But there was a minion close by, close to their base. But he was just in the range and they had to think about going for him, not going for him. Oh, it looks like they are trying to go for an end.
Away the dragon. Yo, Noel able to secure a kill onto Bedang there. Now going after Zeus. Zeus a little bit too far into the enemy's line. Special cases now coming back hard. And we're already looking at Miracle Jin extending over a little bit too much. And now Boro's on the hunt. He smells Victor. Victor, though, I mean, a pretty sustainable Selena at this point. Lord, now going to possibly fall on the hands of special cases. They should just end with it at this point. They already taken 2 picks here from Miracle Gen.
Victor was trying to sneak that arrow in. If the arrow landed in the way that it was trying to land, just like 5 seconds later or 3 seconds later, then it would have maybe stolen the Lord. But unfortunately for Miracle Generation, another miracle wasn't in the fate. Now they will need to do second miracle though on their own because they need to defend their base against a Lord push coming from the side of special cases with 3000 lead, which is right now pretty irrelevant, but with Noel on full items and Tiso pretty close to them.
Yeah, Lito showing a little bit of thickness diving into Miracle Gen's line. But again, a decent amount of damage coming out onto special cases. Lord barreling down mid. Boro kind of stuck between a rock and a wall place here. Looking Noel to secure the kill on the Victor. The base, the inhibitor is the target though. So for special cases, able to secure match 1 of Miracle Gen versus special cases.